You imagine yourself that you're living your normal life. And then one day you are on the street. You have nowhere to go. Family won't help. Through no fault of your own, you haven't done anything wrong. You've tried to pay bills. You've tried to keep up your house payments. You've tried everything you know how to try. You end up on the street. Nobody will help you. Not one person. How do you make money? You've lost your job, obviously. You're scared. You've got animals or kids to take care of. So how do you make money? The only legal way to make money is to get a job or panhandle, which is legal through the Supreme Court. Asking for alms or charity is legal everywhere. It's in the Constitution. It's in the First Amendment. Read it. You're scared. Say you're lucky enough to have a vehicle. You can't park it anywhere. You can't park it anywhere in LA or most counties from, say, 11 o'clock at night till 6 o'clock in the morning, which means that you're up and driving around every hour so you don't get hassled by the cops. You get chased, you get harassed, you have no money, you panhandle for enough to eat, and that's about it. You're not on drugs, you don't drink, you smoke cigarettes, but you could barely afford those, if that. You're bumming off people on the street. You're tired, you're dirty. You go in and you're refused at a place to use the restroom. You can't go pee anywhere. You can't shower anywhere. You have to pay at a public parks to shower. Who has money and then to get to a public park that has a shower it's miles and miles away. You freeze to death in the winter. I am dying in the heat. And there's no place to shower. There's no place to do number one or number two. So you're filthy. You don't have money to clean your clothes. You don't have money to eat. You don't have, and all the while, the cops are harassing you. Anywhere you sit, you go find some shade. God forbid you want to park under shade for a couple of hours to get a little snooze during the day, because they won't let you sleep at night. Somebody calls the police. There's a suspicious car. What is the car doing? The car's sitting there. We're sitting in there panting because it's 100 degrees outside and it's 150 inside, and you wonder why somebody parks in the shade. Homeless people do not have any resources. You go to social services, you go to the VA, you go to Social Security, and they tell you you can have an appointment to see them in November. And this is June, July. Social workers do not come out to help, and if they can, they will take your vehicle, no matter what. They are itching to take the vehicles, so you're on the street. You're either packing around, which is real heavy. I don't know about you, but I am 63 years old, and I do not have the strength to pack around 200 pounds on my back. They make ridiculous laws or ordinances that say homeless people can only have a working bicycle and a
60-pound bag.
Who's going to be carrying around a 60-pound bag and a bicycle? Not me. They come, they hunt you down, and they try to take that. Whatever you have, they're going to take it. So you don't have nothing. So there you are, you're dirty. And I'm talking dirty. Weeks without showers, outside. People will, businesses don't want you in their bathrooms. You can't pee or poop anywhere. You can't shower anywhere. The social services just wastes a whole day, tells you to come back, and then never helps you. Same with the VA. Same with all these other non-profit people. Shelters are a nightmare. You want to go into a shelter, be prepared for not only the creepies, but everything being stolen from you, and the bed bugs, roaches, and God only knows what else. And I'm talking about bugs. It's better to sleep outside.
Sexual assault.
Sexual assault. Women have to, and men have to worry about sexual assault and not only from the other people that they've taken up off the street. Most of the people I've met are decent people. They're not hooked on a lot of drugs. They're not falling down drunk. And if you think they're crazy standing there talking to themselves, tell me you've never gotten angry and haven't talked to yourself or yelled because you're so angry at something else that you're not talking, that you talk out loud. I've done it all my life. I have never been accused of being mentally ill. Now I went blind a year and a half ago. That isn't frightening in itself. That's why my eyes will not focus. I found out I have breast cancer. Now, they tell me social services will help you. I found out I had breast cancer months ago. I've been blind for a year and a half. Not one person has asked me about that. They come and hunt you down and give you a room for 6 months and then throw you out without notice, without due process.
Under threat of arrest.
Under threat of arrest. And you're back on the street again with your stuff going, what happened? Why didn't anybody help me? Because nobody, you know what? Me and my husband did that twice. And they came and hunted me down in Camarillo, California. They came to me and said, we will give you a room, we'll help you get Social Security disability because you're blind. I didn't know I had breast cancer at the time. And I said, fine, we'll go. We go, not even a month later, my husband has a heart attack. He's in the hospital. I'm calling this social worker that gave me his number. I'm calling him, I need help. The other residents had to help me get food. And they said they feed all of them in room key. They didn't. If you want stale bread that gets moldy in 2 days, 4 packets of tuna.
Inedible food.
Inedible, these so-called little mini meals that you throw in a microwave at the hotel, which you had to walk downstairs, a blind person, downstairs and through the pool area to get to the microwave. I would rather eat dirt because it was so old, nasty, and nobody could eat it. It was just horrible. And nobody called me back from social services. I called the police officer who says he's the homeless liaison to help. Nobody helped. Nobody called me. The last week we were there, the social worker from Homeless Services said, I'm going to come by and help you get on Social Security disability. I was told my voucher was good for another 2. I have a text message from them saying my voucher was good until March 1st, the morning March 1st. We're sleeping. Police come pounding on the door to kick us out under threat of arrest.
Trying to break in.
Yeah, they actually were opening the door, and my husband had to close the door and slam it in their face. We were promised by a man named Raphael at Gold Coast in Camarillo, California.
Raphael Stoneman.
That he was going to get us a hotel room for a few days to see what happened to my voucher. And they tried to make up ridiculous things to say why. First it was that I didn't have my voucher. Then it was that my husband threatened somebody, which he didn't, because I went down and got video of the guy he was supposed to threaten. He goes, no, he didn't threaten anybody, because he had been up there the night before stating that my voucher was still good, right? They told him yes for the next 2 months. We even have a text message, still have it. But the cops still kicked us out under threat of arrest. And then I find out that only a citizen can do a trespass. Cops can't do anything about it, but they backed them. They're the ones who got us out. And then
With no notice.
With no notice, we had been there for 7 months, almost 7 months.
Long
with
established
no help.
California tenancy.
no helps. We established California, Tennessee, no notice, no written notice. Everybody else there who had been there way before we had ever been there. I mean, some people have been in this premier hotel in Newbury Park for 6 years.
7.
And never got, and still, to this day, they're still there. Because we go up, we met a couple of them, they're still there. After 7 years, they're still there with no permanent housing. Why? Because the state, the county, leaves it all to the nonprofits, and out of $1 billion, 80% of that $1 billion went on soft expenses. You know what that is? That's people giving them ideas and lining the pockets of other
Administrative
politicians.
costs.
Yeah, and by the time the nonprofits get hold of it, it doesn't get to us. It does not
They
get
keep
to
what's
the
left.
people. They keep everything. If you're on Social Security disability, they'll keep your check. They'll keep anything they can. And so when you're on the street, and then so we'll find out we're back on the street, I have breast cancer, I'm
You're
blind.
an 11.
And we have told them that I am blind and have breast cancer. He still it hasn't even been 8 months since he had a heart attack, but nobody will help me fill out paperwork. I can't read anything to fill anything out. I tried calling. We went to the Social Security office. I had to go to the hospital the day before yesterday. A whole
Emergency
day.
room.
Yeah, a whole
Because
day
we can't be seen.
wasted to do what? Have him refer me to another doctor's office way out in Ventura, which is a long ways for me to go because I'm blind.
You're at 12 minutes.
And you people have the nerve to say it's drugs? I've known 6 people to die since they've been kicked out of that premiere for no reason. They didn't have any reason to kick them out except the money wasn't flowing. 6 people, they died. They did not die of fentanyl overdose. One person died in the hotel, and I know for a fact she didn't smoke cigarettes, she didn't drink, she didn't do drugs. So, I don't know what is up with you people. Housing first. I don't know one person that's got permanent housing. You know what the liaison came back and told me about a month ago? He said, call this number. It's a lottery for Section 8. No, it's a lottery to get on the waiting list for Section 8. You can't even get on the waiting list. You have to go and have you have to be put on the lottery, call and be put on the lottery to get your name on the waiting list.
Why should we have to wait while we're on the street when they gave us a room?
8 years. Most people, 8 to 12 years is most people wait. Why? That's why there's so many homeless, because the system is geared to make you fail. To make you, to fuck you over. That's all it is. Ronald Reagan had the best saying. Be frightened. Be very scared if somebody comes up and tells you, I'm from the government, I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're there to line their pockets, lie like motherfuckers, and say, no, they're all addicted to drugs, and no, they're all mentally ill. Well, which is it? It's housing first, and then help them. If they want help for addiction, let them get help for addiction. Don't go up and force people to fucking be on the street when they're not addicted, or you think they are, or you think they're mentally ill. We're angry, and you're lucky we don't all get together. That's why the cops mess with us and chase us, and
yeah.
You people need to get your shit together. Otherwise, this country is going to be gone, because we do vote. And I've turned from liberal Democrat to a Republican. I am fully Republican now. I don't want to be associated with any of those nutbags. You lied to us about COVID. They lied to us about everything. I have not gotten the death jab, and if they want to come and get me for that, then come and get me. But I'm tired of this pussyfooting around. They're killing us slowly. They're doing tests on us. And if you don't think you're not a human guinea pig, you're wrong.
You should have.
I'm angry. And you should be too. That's where your money's going. Because if you're a consumer, you're paying taxes. We pay taxes by buying things. So you know, either leave us alone and let us die quickly, or keep fucking with us, and one of these days somebody's going to get the homeless to get people together, and you're going to have a real problem on your hands. That's all I got to say, because I'm dying, so it doesn't fucking matter, does it?